some people say that it's, if you're with a teacher, it's not so much what the teacher says, but just the sort of the presence or the transmission of the teacher is the thing that really affects some sort of significant development in you. And perhaps that takes place on a cellular level.
I would even go further. I would say the teacher's impact is not so much the teacher or what the teacher has to offer. It's more about how your system is capable to absorb that information.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can talk to me, and if I'm not open, if there's no interest in me to what you offer or what you speak, and it doesn't matter if it is spiritual or worldly or mundane or whatever, to the degree there's interest in this system, the system will automatically like drink it. It will absorb it on pretty much every level of experience. And if that openness or that interest isn't there, you can offer whatever you want. There will be no connection happening in which this transmission, let's say, or this dynamic, it's more, for me, it's not so more a transmission, because transmission normally would imply that there's one source transmitting something to another, to somebody else. But for me, it's more like an exchange, like when two systems connect, there's like a chemistry, there's a dynamic happening, and to the degree we can be close to each other and trust each other, in that chemistry, in that dynamic, information starts to exchange. And that's, in my experience, more accurate than one transmitting something to somebody else.
No, very good point. So
because what it actually points at is that there's always a connection, and to the degree we are able to give ourselves to that connection, okay, or to honor that connection, to that very degree exchange is happening, and that is not spiritual or limited down to spiritual experiences, but it is basically, I mean, if I look into my marriage or to my friendships, I mean, to the very degree my system is capable to be intimate, to be close, and inviting the other person into that same closeness. It's a very deep connection and a very transcendental experience, independently of the state of consciousness of somebody, isn't it? I don't know how.
No, I think it's true. To whatever extent we're receptive, to whatever extent we attune to the person we're with, whether it's a guru or our spouse or the person at the checkout line in the supermarket, there's a communion and there's a sharing.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And that's not a personal sharing. It's not like a personality Florian connects with a personality Rick or whoever, let's call it like this, but it is, if we really take a moment and tuning into what's happening, we can, in that kind of presence, we can literally feel how our nervous systems, our energies, our body connect. Even though you are thousands of kilometers away right now in America and I'm in Europe, we start to connect. It's like not consciously. It's not something we do or there is something that we need to do for. It's like we're just feeling comfortable with each other. We get to know each other. It feels a bit smoother, and suddenly we can relax. And in that relaxing into the bodies, our let's say the energy or whatever you call it, it's just words I'm using now, starts to dance underneath the level of our conversation. I don't know if you're up to stuff like this, but I'm very into to really experiencing our conversation on multi levels, not only on the intellectual level, but what's happening energetically at the same time while we're talking. That's quite cool, actually.